Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is the Apostate Prophet. I hope you're having a fantastic day, morning, evening, night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I'm back with yet another live stream. I don't know what's going on with me this week, but I'm glad to be here. And I have a guest today that I'm very excited about. My guest is Cenk Hoca, who is who is a fitness instructor, commenter, coach, and popular YouTuber, especially among Turkish people. Lives in London, and yeah, Cenk Hoca, how are you doing?
I'm okay, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Do you want me to call you Cenk Hoca? Do you want me to call you Cenk? What do you want?
Yeah, just call me what you want, just don't swear at me.
Fair enough.
Whatever. Call me Cenk, man. It's okay. Just call me Cenk. It's cool.
It's good. I will just go with Cenk then. So you're in the UK, right?
Yeah, I'm in the UK. I've been in the UK for about 1 year now. I've moved to Cyprus for about 20 years. About 20 years ago, I went to Cyprus. Got married over there, had kids over there. That's when I, decided to open up my business over there. I opened up a gym. And when I opened up a gym, I became a YouTuber as well as a fitness coach. I was a national bodybuilding coach in Cyprus as well. I used to be a competitor myself back in the days. So yeah, I've been there, but because of business, especially with the COVID and whatnot, I kind of like told the family that I've got to be in the UK for a little bit, to earn the bread, because it's kind of like been drying out in Cyprus. Business has really gone down. So,
oh, really?
yeah. Now the gyms have been forced to shut down again. My wife runs my gym. She runs my gym in Cyprus, and I'm out here doing all kinds of stuff. So, yeah.
Nice. It's very rare to encounter someone who's from Cyprus. That's very interesting. But how is it? I don't get it. You have a clear. I mean, you speak English very well. So did you go to Cyprus from the UK and then
Yeah, I
come
mean,
back
I'm
to the UK as
45 years old. So,
well?
I went to Cyprus about 20 years ago.
From the okay.
So,
Okay.
I mean, most of my adulthood, my childhood was all, I grew up in the UK.
Oh, okay.
So
That's
why
interesting.
I kind of like learned Turkish afterwards. My wife taught me most of it.
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah,
how
and
it was
actually,
with me too. Yeah, I was, I grew up in Germany, and I wasn't. My first language was actually German. I didn't speak
yeah,
Turkish very well. When I went to Turkey and started speaking Turkish with people, people would laugh at me.
yeah, they laugh at me as well. They still laugh at me. A lot of YouTube, a lot of my followers laugh at me. They say to me, learn to speak proper Turkish learn to speak proper Turkish before you do YouTube videos. And I'm like, well, I mean, I've got 60,000 followers, and they're watching me, with my bad Turkish. So I guess I can't be doing that bad.
No, it's also nice actually. It's very I think it's enjoyable to listen to the way you speak Turkish. I think people also have that thing. They actually
Because
enjoy
I
it very
also
much.
have a Cypriot accent, a Turkish Cypriot
Uh-huh,
accent, and it's
uh-huh,
kind of like mixed in with my London accent.
uh-huh.
So it makes it even more interesting. It makes it
Yeah,
kind of exotic.
it does. It does. I have to say
And
it does. You have a tattoo on your neck, which is consists of Turkic letters, right?
that's right. Yeah. I mean, I've always been fascinated by our ancestry and everything,
Uh-huh.
And I've had people used to think that he's a far right, he's a kind of but
Yeah.
nothing like that. It's just that I have an Egyptian tattoo on my arm as well.
Uh-huh.
Um, you probably see it because you posted the picture yourself.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah, it's the key of life,
Uh-huh.
the Yank, the key of life, and I'm fascinated with history as a whole.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm a bit too fascinated, I guess. So that's what
That's
probably.
good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Speaking of too fascinated, so you recently announced that you do not believe in God, you do not believe in Allah, you do not believe in Islam. You said, I left religion. And then many people who were watching you until that moment became very offended and outraged about that. Others celebrated you for your honesty and
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that, which was very nice. But you made that big announcement recently. So how did it come to that?
Well, I mean, it's been years that I wanted to come out with it. I've been wanting to, you know, a lot of people, they keep, just like saying all these mashallah and Allah this and Allah that, and I hope you're fasting at Ramadan and this and that. And for years I've been wanting to tell people, hang on a minute, but I don't really believe in that no more. I've been meaning to say that for a long time. But what happened is something triggered it off. Something triggered it off about a few weeks ago. Somebody posted, another YouTuber posted a picture of people praying on the street. They were praying in the middle of the road. They were actually praying in the middle of the road. And somebody shared it and they said, what do you think of this, Cenk Hoca? What do you think of these people praying on the street? And I just wrote down on my postage and I shared it. I said, what are these people doing? Praying in the middle of the road. Why are they praying in the middle of the road for? What is this, some kind of a show? I didn't really knew what the hell they were doing. But later on, I found out due to the COVID rules, they couldn't get into the mosque, so they started praying on the roads where cars go by. So that YouTuber video made a video about me, threatening me, saying that he said, Cenk Hoca kaşınma. In other words, don't get itchy because we'll itch you. Like that. And I kind of like got outraged by that. Because this guy is a martial arts instructor. He's an MMA instructor and he's a YouTuber as well. And I said to him, listen, little boy, start behaving yourself, yeah? I don't care, give a damn about your religion. You know what I mean? And I said to him, screw you and your Adam and Eve. I just came out with my mouth. I just said that. I got angry because the way he kind of like that. When I said that, I got a whole lot of people writing me, threatening death threats and everything, you name it, because I swore at their prophets, Adam and Eve. And I said, so hang on a minute, I didn't even realize people believe in Adam and Eve, I didn't realize people still believe in Adam and Eve. I didn't really believe that, sorry, but I didn't really believe that you guys believe that. Even Muslims, I didn't know that they can actually believe something, I mean, after Homo erectus and after the Denisovans and the Neanderthals and the Homo sapiens and all these other animals, and after history and archaeology and after all these things, I'm surprised that people still believe in Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve being tricked by the serpent to eat the apple. And I'm like, do you still believe that? Do you honestly believe that? Are you offended by that? Are you offended by what I said because of that? Now, do you really believe that a serpent went and told Adam and Eve to go and eat the apple? Because to me, that sounds like Walt Disney. That sounds like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs or Hansel and Gretel or something.
Yeah. And that caused outrage even more, I guess.
Yeah, and that caused outrage even more. And I started getting flamed and I started getting abused. And it just all built up. And I thought, you know what? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to announce that I left this religion. I think this is the right time. This is the right moment for me to come and announce that I have left Islam. Because after all these threats and after all these things, this happened for a reason. I mean, I might not be a believer in religion, but I do believe that in the energies and whatnot and everything happens for a reason. I believe that this was a sign for me to come out and come clean and said, listen, you know what? I left your religion and I'm going to tell you why I left this religion. And I had so many people, I was expecting to get really flamed for it. I was expecting to get like 6,000-7,000 dislikes. But to the contrary, I got so many likes as opposed to very, very little dislikes. So I was surprised and overwhelmed by that. I was surprised and overwhelmed by the majority of support I got from the Turkish followers, Turkish youth especially.
I see it right now. I see it has like 111,000 views and mostly like 10,000 likes, just 1,500 dislikes. So it's actually overwhelming support for.
That's
Uh,
overwhelming support, and
yeah.
I was shocked and overwhelmed by that. I came out with that. It was an emotional video for me. It was an emotional video because I just basically snapped, and I decided I want to just let it out. And I said, you know what? They can kill me if they want. They can hate me if they want. They can say whatever they want to say, but I'm going to come clean because I don't like living a lie. I
Mhm.
like to come out and I like to say, this is it. This is what I believe and this is what I don't believe in. You know, take me for who I am, or just leave me alone, you know?
Mhm, mhm.
And it actually worked out a lot. I lost a lot of friends. I lost a lot of followers, but I've gained even more.
No, there are a lot of stuff is going on. I mean, after you talked about this, I have seen that a lot of people started interacting with you. So much support came in. People became even more aware of your YouTube channel, of your work. You started talking about it. People asked you to talk more about this matter, and you did. So it is great. I appreciated it so much. I mean, I commented under your video. I shared it
Yeah, 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 yeah.
with
I
my
see
own
that. I see that.
audience. I
Yeah.
People ask you to make an English video as well. And
You have also inspired me, Ridwan. You also inspired me. I'm not gonna lie to you. You have inspired me. You gave me the courage. This is God's honest truth. God's honest truth. Because this is the real deal. I mean, after watching you and you coming out with it and not caring about what people are saying and whatnot, and just speaking so much sense. You know, you just speaking so much sense, and you know, I have a friend of mine, actually, an Islamic friend. I heard about you from an Islamic friend.
really,
Exactly, yeah. He's a Ali Dawah follower, an Ali Dawah follower, right? And he told me that, and he told me, look at this idiot, what he's saying. And I started watching it. I started watching what you're saying, and what I said to him, this guy's speaking the truth, man. This guy's telling the truth. Damn, why didn't you tell me about this guy before?
that's amazing.
You know, so imagine that. I learned about you from an Islamic friend that's been he's trying to pull me into Islam, and I'm kind of like saying, look, just leave me out of it, all right? Just leave me out of it. But the more, and then I started watching you, and I started thinking everything that you've been saying is all these things the videos that you've been making, and I've been feeling the same way for years and years and years and years. It's nothing new to me. It's like, damn, somebody's talking about what I've been feeling all this time, and I've been thinking, you know, yeah, it's definitely the time to enlighten people. It's definitely the time to come out and enlighten people, and that's like,
Man, that's amazing. I mean, thank you first off. Thank you so much. I mean, that makes me so happy. I mean, I don't know what what to mention first, but the fact that you learned about me from a Muslim or from someone who actually wants to proselytize and who wants to bring you closer to Islam, that's just amazing. It's just it's funny to see how much this spreads in a very wrong way from their perspective.
yeah,
It's very I'm very happy that you heard about me. I'm very happy that that this gave you an idea. I'm so happy that you went out and started doing this. I was so happy when I saw your video, when I saw your Turkish video, because I started seeing you in my comment section before, you know, and I found it very interesting that you have a channel and you started following me. And then when I saw that you actually made a public video telling people why you do not believe anymore, I was really very happy. I felt so glad that this happened. That somebody is out here telling it people as it is. I mean, you have a large Turkish audience. Many people who don't believe. I know that there are many people in Turkey who don't believe, or many people with Turkish audiences who don't believe, but they don't want to speak about it because they don't want to deal with the response and the reaction. But you just did it. Then you did it in English, and
It's true
amazing
what you're
also to
saying.
see.
It's true what you're saying. Many people don't believe in it. Many people don't believe in it. I mean, I watched your program with Efe Aydal. I'm going to come to him in a minute as well.
Uh-huh.
And I thoroughly enjoyed both the Turkish and the English version. Efe Aydal, I never knew who he was. I learned that from my son. My 13-year-old son. My 13-year-old son's a diehard atheist. I never ever spoke to him about nothing to it, but And the funny thing is, he is number one in his religious class. They teach this RE, religious education, in his school. And he's been number one in his class. And despite the fact that he's number one in his class, he's like such a hardcore atheist. And he follows Efe Aydal to the bone. And he said to me, Papa, Efe Aydal wrote on your page. He said, Hoş geldin, welcome. And I'm like, damn, you're really going up. He goes, Dad, you're really going up. And I'm like, who's Efe Aydal, Babam? Who's Efe Aydal? And then I found out who he was. And then I found out, wow, this guy's funny. I thought this guy's funny, and this guy speaks real, sense. So like I discovered you first, and then a few weeks later I discovered Efe Aydal, and I thought, damn, I mean, I'm so glad that I've discovered you two. And and then I become friends with Efe Aydal, and we just done a chat together. You saw that one, and from there on, it just kicked off, and we just spreading the vibe. We just spreading the vibe, and like you said, with a lot of Turks don't really believe, but I saw in your video with Efe Aydal how back in the days, even non-believers used to say, yes, I'm a Muslim. Yeah, even though they don't believe, because they don't want to be shamed. It's like when I ask my mother and father, do you believe in heaven and hell? They say, no, I don't believe in heaven and hell. But are you a Muslim? Of course I'm a Muslim.
How is it with you?
Hang on a minute, mom. You just told me you don't believe in heaven and hell. How can you say you're a Muslim? I'm a Muslim, of course. I'm not a Gawur.
There is the pride and loyalty aspect of that too, right? I mean, you are supposed to be a Muslim, even if you don't really, even if you don't think much about it, even if you don't believe in it, you're supposed to be a Muslim, and saying anything, giving any other response would be hurtful. It would be wrong. So
it's like you're a traitor. It's like you're a traitor.
Exactly.
Come out and say, it's more of a cultural thing. It's more of a cultural thing. But now, I believe that since the Islamic parties that's been in government in Turkey, people have gone cold towards Islam, especially the younger population. And because of the internet as well, people have managed to say, okay, you know what? I'm actually openly saying, because if the internet gives people courage to say what they want to say, they can just post it. I mean, if they don't even want to know who they are, they can just set up a fake profile and they could say, I'm an atheist.
Yeah.
And people will be actually coming out and saying, you know what, I'm an atheist, and more people are coming out and saying it. And then some people are saying that, oh man, why can't we have our own gods? Why can't we be like before, how it was before when we just had Tengri? Why do we have to have this Arab god? Why can't we have a Turkish god?
You know what was very interesting? There was a there was a survey, a poll on Twitter. I don't know, it was like a year ago or two or so, and that poll was in Turkish. It was directed at the Turkish youth, and it can't be entirely accurate because it's a Twitter poll, but still, like 8,000, 9,000 people voted on that, as far as I remember. And the question was, what do you believe in? And among the responses was, I'm a Muslim, I'm an atheist, agnostic, or other, or something like that. And I think the results among the Turkish youth that uses Twitter, and this poll was created by a Muslim man, by a religious Muslim man. The responses were like, I don't know, 35% Muslim, 30% atheist, agnostic, this and that. It was insane. That poll just showed that there is a huge part of people who use Twitter, like this, the new Turkish youth on Twitter, for example, that is over that is so that has lost faith in Islam, that doesn't really identify with Islam anymore. So many people who now identify as disbelievers, as agnostics or atheists or deists or whatever it is, and who don't stick to Islam anymore, to Muslims anymore, and that's so surprising. You and I know in Turkey, the government, for example, still claims that Turkey's population is to 99% Muslim, but we all know that's a lie. We all know that's not the
Yeah.
case. We know that the
No.
youth right now has lost so much faith in Islam. This Islamist government has pushed them away from Islam. The internet has pushed them away from Islam. Right? I mean, you see that in your own audience, from the reactions that you get to your coming out. So that there is a lot of change happening, which is really which gives me a lot of hope.
Yeah, there's a big change happening. There's a real big change happening.
Yeah. How was it with your were you religious at some point in the past? Were you
Yeah. I mean, I was really religious. Look, I mean, let's be real. This is real talk here. What we're doing here is real talk, I mean, I had problems when I was a kid. I had severe anxiety problems. I was beaten up and bullied by my father, which he was beaten up and bullied by his father, which happened to be an imam.
Oh yeah.
So my father grew up very violently from his father, and my father was very violent towards me. And I ran away from home when I was around 16, 17, and I had some problems. I had some drug problems and other problems, and my cousin took me into this Sharia, this what do you call it? Tariqat.
Tariqat, yeah.
Tariqat. He took me into this tariqat.
Those are Muslim sects that are very common, Muslim Sufi sects. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Muslim Sufi sect with Sheikh Nazim Naqshbandi tariqat.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And I was there, and I was really following it to the T. I was even staying there. They even had places for you to stay there, and I was like a trainee monk, like a trainee. I was like proper, really getting into it. And the more I got into it, the more I started disliking other people that were not Muslim.
Yeah.
And I thought, this is not right. This is not me. This is not what it's all about. And I started asking questions to the imams, and I started questioning. And when I found out that when they couldn't get out, when they couldn't answer me the questions, they say it's wrong to question.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't question too much. You should just listen and obey. It's actually haram to question.
Mm-hmm.
Do
you want to explain? I know what you're talking about, but I would like for you to elaborate that to everyone. When you say that the more you got into it, the more you started to dislike other people. Why and how? Can you?
Well, for example, I heard Jewish people were really bad, and the problems that are happening with the world are because of Jews. Mm-hmm. So before I got into Islam, when I used to see Jewish children in the street, I never used to think nothing of it. I mean, I live not too far. The mosque was not too far from a Hasidic Jewish community, mm-hmm. And there's a lot of Jewish kids that you could tell because they got their the way they dress. They got their little side things. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And I never used to have any animosity I never used to feel any animosity towards them. But all of a sudden, I started looking at them like they're some kind of sewer rats. I used to think that they're not human. And the same with Christians as well. I used to think that these people, because they're not accepting Muhammad, and because they're thinking that Jesus is the God.
Yeah.
That I used to really despise them for it, and all these other wars and everything that's going on in the world. They told me that Mehdi, this great Mehdi, is going to come soon, and we're going to get ready for the World War III, and we're really close to the end. So I was basically psyching myself up for war. I was psyching myself up. Yeah, you done that as well, yeah? Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
mean, I was ready for it. I was ready for it. I was ready to die. I was ready to die in the name of that religion, you know?
Yeah.
And I was, it just felt so good that I'm gonna go to war, and it just felt so, I can't explain to
Man,
you.
man, I can relate to that. I grew up in a thing too. I mean, I grew up in a Sufi Sunni Muslim family, and I became part of a Sufi tariqat or sect at some point. But since I grew up with that, and my parents were part of that, I learned this thing when I was a child. As well, when I was a child, I learned that the end is going to come soon, and the Mahdi is going to come soon, and we will
That's
prepare
right, yeah.
to fight the Jews, and the Christians are we shall not trust the Christians, they're traitors and this and that, and the Jews are basically behind all the problems, they secretly hate us, they
Yeah,
conspire against
yeah.
us. You learned the same thing in a very short time. It's man, it is really disgusting, and you actually believe in that stuff when you are there,
Yeah,
right?
you believe in it. You believe in it. But
And
what
you're
what
proud
what
of
what what
that.
I, what I really but I started asking questions. I
Uh-huh.
started asking because it was back when I was in trouble, when I was a troubled young teenager. I remember I had Hindu friends that reached out for me. I had Christian friends that reached out for me. You know, um, even my father used to do business with a really nice Jewish guy.
Hmm.
Okay, because my father was in a factory business back then, and I liked him. He was Jewish. He's very, but I liked him. But all these people, these Hindus and these Christians that have been helping me, I'm told that they're gonna go to hell. I believe that they're gonna go to hell, and I started thinking to myself, man, how can I go to heaven and they go to hell? These people helped me. These people who helped me a lot back in the day. And how can I like go to heaven with a clear conscience whilst they're burning in hell? I thought, I don't want to go to heaven. I really don't want to go to heaven no more, man. I don't want no heaven no more. I'm not gonna go to heaven if they're going to hell. I'd rather go to hell with them,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you
I find,
know?
yeah, you explained this thing very well, actually, when I watched your video. The whole contradiction between, you know, there was this one part that I found so funny about your video. I
Yeah,
I was actually listening to your video and I laughed out loud. Well, there was this one part where you were talking about the virgins in heaven. You were talking
yeah,
about the houris in heaven. You were saying something like you were asking questions and
yeah.
um,
Yeah, that's right.
is there is there sex in
Reproduction.
heaven? Yes. Is there
Yeah.
food in heaven? Yes. Is there pooping in heaven? No. Like that's a nice perspective.
I mean, I look at things in a logical kind of, in a logical point of view, and I just didn't find any of it logical.
Yeah,
I didn't find any of it logical. I can't find the idea of going to heaven for eternity
yeah,
and
yeah,
banging all these chicks for
yeah,
eternity
yeah.
realistic.
Hmm.
And I can't find the other point of people going to hell, especially nice people that have helped me and done a lot of good to other people, going to hell and burning for eternity just because I thought, where's the justice?
You know
What
what's
kind of
messed up?
justice? Huh?
You know what's messed up? I mean, you are here. You became so. I mean, you don't like this religion anymore. You didn't like this belief because out of your compassion, out of your good feelings for other people, and you can't take to live like that and to believe this way because you care about other people and you are not selfish. You are selfless and you love other people. But then when you look at that from the religious perspective, it is you who is bad because you have compassion. It is you who is bad. It is you who is evil because you can't accept the fact that other people will burn in hell forever. Isn't that so messed up? Isn't that so upside down, so backwards, so stupid? And you are really you are supposed to be the one who is praised because you care about other people. You are supposed to be the one who is appreciated whom people like because you don't want other people to be punished forever, people that you see outside, people that you don't hate, people that you don't want to hate, people that you don't want to see burn forever, people that you don't want to fight in the future. But you are then seen as the wrong, as the bad, the immoral one, because you disagreed with all that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah. That's why I just decided, I wanted to make a stand, just for humanity. You know, I mean, me myself, I'm doing a lot of research about it, and it's not just Islam as a whole. I have a problem with these Abrahamic religions.
Mhm, mhm.
It's only a few thousand years old, these Abrahamic religions, and they think that the world started when the Abrahamic religion started. But there's evidence that shows that over 40,000 years, you see some shamanistic architecture in
Yeah,
caves, it's been proven,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and stuff like that. And and when you think about these, it's like our ancestors were shamanists, and they've been like, they haven't got a clue about this Allah. They
Yeah.
haven't got a clue about any of this Abraham. They haven't got a clue about heaven and hell. So where was this Allah all these thousands and thousands of years to tell them about it?
Yeah, yeah.
And another thing, these Abrahamic religions, they all happened in the Middle East. And at the time these Abrahamic religions was happening, it was just based in that small circle in the Middle East. Nobody knew about it from the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Only later on in the modern era, it managed to spread through the sword, through violence, through the Crusaders, through the Saracens, and what have you. It managed to spread through violence. But before that, the whole world never knew about these Abrahamic religions. Only just in the Middle East. This God and this heaven and hell was only in the Middle East. And this whole concept about this good God and this bad God, i.e. Allah and Satan, this was old Persian stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This was old Persian mythology. The Persians have invaded the Jews for such a long time, and the Jews have happened to just pick this up from them.
That is an actual theory. That Zoroastrians believed in a dualistic worldview where they believed that there was the good god, Ahura Mazda, and the evil god or the bad god, the god of the underworld, Angra
That's
Mainyu.
right, yeah.
And the world is in this balance between good and evil, and they are both gods, both independent. The one god creates everything and wants everything to be good. The other god wants everything to be evil, and they are and the earth is a ground on which evil and good and evil fight. And there is actually a lot of theory, a lot of scholarship going on, which basically tells us that the Jews, when they were captive or when they were dependent on Zoroastrian lands, they were influenced by this thinking, by this dualistic worldview, which is why eventually they started developing this whole concept of God and Satan, God and the devil, where the distinction is no longer between a good God and a bad God, but rather between the good God and this bad guy who has fallen and who wants to lead people astray. So that is actually a thing. What's funny is we talked about Turkic people before. We talked about ancestry, about Turkic people before. And I mean, while all of this stuff was happening in the Middle East for thousands of years or for centuries later on, these Turkic people and Mongols and all these people up there in the northeast were riding through lands, riding through steppes, simply trying to stay alive. They were just fighting. They were just trying to stay alive. They were trying to look for a better living. Generations of them, centuries of them, didn't care about some concept of sin and God and this and that. They didn't give a damn about all of this. They were just after their survival.
It was just all about survival.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, ever since the beginning of time, man has always been all about survival. So definitely, when you just put 2 and 2 together, it just makes 4, and the rest don't make sense. What you're telling me, you know what I mean? So
yeah. It's funny that the Turkic people also had a belief in a god, but nowadays some people actually try to interpret that as similar to Islam, but it wasn't really similar to Islam. They
No.
had a deity belief in some. They had a belief in a deity who holds the Turkic people in special esteem, who is communicates through the sky. He's the god of the sky, and communicates with
That's right. Göktürk.
yeah, Göktürk and Göktandra, and he has an earthly representation, which is the gray wolf, for example, which is very a very special animal that has also helped the Turkic people stay alive and carry on, and all that stuff. It's actually a very fascinating.
Very
mythology
fascinating. I mean, we all have our little cultures, don't we? I mean, you
Yeah,
got the Scandinavians with their Nordic culture, with their gods and Odin and whatnot. You got the
Mhm.
ancient Greeks with their Hercules and Zeus and whatnot. You know, you all have them. You got all these pagans and all these things, and you know, to me, Islam and Christianity and Hindu is just another version of these. You know, it's just another version. You
Yeah,
know, it's just that's it. Actually, to be honest with you, the other things like the Buddhists and all that, they make a lot more sense to me than what the Abrahamic religions make.
Mhm, mhm.
Personally, when I look into it, when I look into the fact that reincarnation makes more sense to me than heaven and hell. Much more sense.
The thing is, you can't disprove it. You can't say anything about it. You know? It's like
Well,
you can't say no, it doesn't exist. But how are you gonna prove that it doesn't exist? It's
well,
a
I mean,
great
the way I look
concept.
at it is every time a person dies, somebody else is born. You
Uh-huh.
know, I believe this. I believe this is the brain, right? And when it dies, it's dead. No memories. The memory is finished. It's over. It's gone. You know, if you have a soul and you start all over again, you get reformatted like a computer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you just start all over again, and the cycle starts all over again. I mean, I could have been here since the beginning of time, but I won't know because you know you cannot prove that. But
Mm-hmm.
the concept of heaven and hell just seems so unrealistic to me. The concept of heaven and hell just seems unrealistic. You know,
The thing is, my problem with reincarnation, for example, and with these Indian beliefs is,
right?
how can you really? I mean, you have to explain why in the world there is reincarnation, why in the world there is a cycle of life and death, why there is suffering, why everything is based on suffering. It is just kind of a belief, a an assertion that is not really based on anything. You know, it's
Well, I mean, I believe this. I believe this, though. I believe that if somebody's having a really bad life,
uh-huh.
say for example, someone's got chronic illness since they were born, yeah,
Hmm. Hmm.
and they're suffering all their life, or somebody in Ethiopia that's suffering famine and hunger and pain all their life. I don't understand that person is being tested. Tested for what? That person is being punished.
Well, I think the reality is that this person is neither being tested nor being punished, nor does
Right,
this person experience something because of some previous life. What happens is that there is no system, there is no order, there is no flow
right,
of things, there is no justice in the world. What is there is just existence, and things don't happen for a reason. Things don't happen
yeah,
because someone planned it. Things simply happen. You just go through life. You have coincidences. You might be a wonderful person. You might be an amazing person who spends their entire life helping others, and one day you leave your house and you are robbed, mugged, and killed by some random people for no damn reason. That's
Can
life.
I tell you a little story? I want to tell you a little story, and I want you to think about it, though.
Sure.
I want you to think about it. Look, I mean, don't get me wrong.
No, go
What
ahead.
I'm going to tell you, okay? Now, about 12 years ago, I was in Antalya for a holiday. My 13-year-old son, he was only 1 year old.
Uh-huh.
We went to the supermarket called Mikros, yeah? We were doing some shopping. Anyway, we paid for all our items, and then we left the supermarket. My son was in a buggy, a pushchair, all right? In his hand, he had a toy car, a toy little wooden car, all right? And on it, we had looked at the price tag. It said 675, 6 tele, 75 kurush, yeah? I said to my wife, did we pay for this? Did we pay for this? And she looked at me and she said, no, let's check the receipt. No, we didn't pay for this. So my son stole it.
Uh-huh.
Right? He's only 1 year old, by the way.
Yeah,
He's only 1 year old.
yeah.
So anyway, we walked already 1 kilometer away from the damn supermarket. We was like walking towards the hotel, and it was way too hot to walk back to try and give that back to them, because I've got this thing, conscience in me, that I have to give it back.
Yeah.
I said, no, I'm not walking all that back in that heat to give it back. So we just walk towards the hotel, forget about it. So walking towards the hotel. All of a sudden, in front of me, a beggar comes. A beggar comes to me. He goes to me, can you give me some money? I'm hungry. I don't like giving beggars money because they might buy drugs.
Yeah, yeah.
So I said to him, you know what? If you're hungry, I'll get you some food, right? But I won't give you the money. And there's a shop right here. He said, okay. So can you get me this Coca-Cola? I goes, okay. This banana, okay. Can I have one for me and my friend as well? I goes, okay, here's one for you and your friend as well. So I've got 2 Coca-Colas and 2 bananas. All right, walked outside. I paid for it. You know how much it came up to? $6.75.
It is nice. It is a very nice occurrence, and it's great. It's very touching. It is very touching. If I experienced that, I would think, wow, what the hell? Wow, this means something. That is what you think. That is what you think, and that is.
I mean, have you seen it? Have you read the book called The Secret? Have you read the book called The Secret?
No.
I recommend you read it.
Uh-huh. The thing is, Cenk, I experienced a lot of things, a lot of like coincidences or occurrences like these, where I thought, wow, this is undeniable. There must be some greater thing behind this. There must be some forces at play. But the issue is that things like these happen, little coincidences like these happen. Most of the time, things do not happen when they could just as well happen, and we just dismiss all those things that don't happen, and we pay attention to these little coincidences that do happen and interpret them as something meaningful. I mean, it was probably a complete coincidence. Maybe you had a different experience at some other time.
I don't know. I don't know, Ridvan. But all I know is, if I do something good, I feel that something good comes back to me. If I do something bad and I feel a guilty conscience to me, I just feel that gets to me as well. I mean,
don't you think that there are so many people,
positive and negative?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Say for example, in some countries, you see a black cat is meant to be bad luck.
Mm-hmm.
So when you see a black cat, you see a black cat and you think, oh shit. And then what happens? The whole day gets fucked up because you saw that in some countries, the black cat is supposed to be good luck. You see it and you think, oh. In some countries, you see a penny, pick it up, all day long you have good luck. So you pick a penny up and then all of a sudden you think, oh, this is a lovely day. And the whole day becomes lovely because it's all in the mind.
Yeah, it is in the mind. That's the thing.
It's in the mind. Now, the Muslims, they believe in Nazar.
Uh-huh.
The Muslims, they believe in Nazar. So a couple of times I've said to somebody, oh, your child looks beautiful. And they say to me, say mashallah, say mashallah. You're going to say mashallah. And I'm like, oh, man, mashallah. They got this thing, And automatically, their child gets ill and they think that they got ill because you gave it the evil eye.
That's ridiculous.
No, that is ridiculous. If that's the case, in Western culture, all the children should be dead.
Yes, that's what I once said.
Isn't
it so insane? There's also so much. It's kind of a messed up way to think about others, also, because the implication there is that the people who compliment your child, for example, actually have this envy, which is evil, and which causes some something bad to happen to your child, which is why you need to have these protective words to be spoken, so that those people don't harm your child or don't harm you
Yeah.
by praising you. It's kind of messed up. Isn't that a weird way to interact in a society? Isn't that a weird way to think about other people?
It's all hocus pocus.
It's a lot of. The thing is, if you want to interpret things in a magical way, in a superstitious or in a supernatural way, there's so much in life that you can interpret in whatever way you like, But the truth is simply that things happen in the world mostly at random, and it is simply so easy to interpret something in a good way.
The point of what I was talking about is negative energy. If you believe something's bad's gonna come out of that, then something bad does come out of it. If you think something good will happen. I've always used that. I've always used that positive energy. I've always believed that if I be positive, something's good's gonna happen. If I feel somewhat negative, draw something negative, and then something just shitty happens.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's a good way to live. I guess it's a good attitude to have, I guess. I mean, I don't see any harm in it, so why not?
yeah, that's it.
So you're not when it comes to your belief about God and all that. As far as I understand, you're not entirely against God or against the existence of God or against existence of supernatural. You're just unsure, and you just don't believe in these specific.
Like I'm agnostic.
Yeah, in a sense.
Yeah, I mean it's something really, really difficult to prove. Whether there's a big energy. There's this big. All right, let's look at this Big Bang Theory, and everything just happens to be so in detail and so correct. It's. I believe that it's just the energy where something. Everything just takes form and shape. Everything just like clicks into one place.
Mm-hmm.
Everything just clicks together. And I believe there's a force that's making everything click into place.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I don't believe that God has these emotions, and if you don't do this, he's gonna get upset, and if you do this, he's gonna get upset, and blah 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 blah. I mean,
yeah. I think it's just people have the tendency to believe that there must be something out there, or that there must be some magic, some power, some force in play. I mean, it is, I guess, a little bit hard for people to acknowledge the fact that you just live. You just live a life. You live a short life. You are born, you live, you die in a society. You do all your work. You make your relationships. You maybe create a family, have friends, live a happy life, a bad life, whatever it is. And then after you die, it's just over for you, and life goes on without you. The world goes on without you. All the good things that you have done will not be rewarded in some place. All the bad things you have done, you will not be punished for them. It's just hard for people to acknowledge this. So we just like to believe that there is something bigger at play, I would say.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, for example, let's start with. I mean, let's look at one. I don't want to get into a whole theological debate here, but
that's fine.
Yeah, let's just. I mean, there is one thing that I think is very, very interesting. We never talk about the soul, for example. People believe that everyone has a soul. I believe that the majority of humans believe that there is something called a soul, because it's part of these religions. It's part of Indian religions, part of East Asian religions, Abrahamic religions, and we don't actually question that. We talk about the universe, about the meaning of life, whether God exists or not, but we're not really talking about the soul. It never really comes up. But where is the soul? Can anybody point at the soul?
That, my friend, is something that you and I cannot prove. We can only go by speculation.
We actually can. We actually can. It's not there. It doesn't exist. It was just an idea because we didn't understand why we are conscious. We didn't understand how we think and how we function and all that. But now we have found out that you are a brain. If you it's kind of, people kind of have a skewed image of what we actually are. You are not you are not this appearance, this person that I'm looking at, and I am not this whole thing, this hair and the skin and all that. This is not me. What I am
Right.
is not even the bones. Not even the bones are me. What I am is this brain in here, and the nervous system that goes out from that brain and spreads through my body. My skeleton, my bones are simply a tool. It's a vehicle. My skin, my flesh, everything that I have here, this is just a vehicle. This is just a skin, a tool.
Right.
These are simply clothes. That's all there is. And the only thing that makes me function, that makes me conscious, makes me think, is my brain. If my brain is removed, if my brain dies, I'm gone, dead.
Yes.
That is it.
Yes. That's
If I
right.
remove certain things, certain parts of my brain, I lose memories. I lose my personality. I lose certain emotions. It is all right here. If certain nerves go wrong, then I have some emotional problems. It just happens. And it is all simply, I mean, we can prove that our existence, our consciousness completely depends on this little system that we have. That is us. This body that we have is simply a vehicle. And this explanation, this acknowledgement, doesn't leave any room or any need for a soul anymore. That was just something from the past because people didn't understand all this.
Yeah, but just say, for example, that you've passed away. Okay, you won't even know that you've passed away. You won't know about it. You just like Einstein said something like, he said something like this. When you die, you just go to being what you was before you was born. Einstein said something like that. But just say, for argument's sake, that all of a sudden you're just a newborn baby. You wake up and you're a newborn baby again. I mean, you cannot prove that. That's
you won't know
that's not going to happen.
You won't know.
There's no way you can prove it.
I mean, you will not know if you are reborn as a new person, as a new baby. You will not born that you will not know that you were reborn.
You will not know.
Yeah, you will figure. You have to figure out everything again.
Yeah, that's. I mean, look. I'm not. I cannot say that I'm a downright atheist or even an agnostic, but I like to keep an open mind. I'm still in my road to discovery. I know that I'm never going to find the truth. I know that I'm never going to find the truth, but all I want to do is I want to just like get the people that I love and the friends that I know away from all this horrible thing called religion. That's corrupting people's minds. Religion is something that makes good men do bad things.
Yeah. Someone said that. I think Christopher Hitchens said that or something like that. I know he has such a phrase.
Yeah, I remember reading about that.
Yeah.
I think it was before Christopher Hitchens.
Someone else might have said it. I don't know. I might be misremembering that, but yeah. I'm not. I don't know how far you know my stances on religion and all that. I am very certain that this God that we are taught, that we are introduced to, doesn't exist. I give this God no more chance to be real. I simply don't believe in it. But on the other hand, I do not. I acknowledge that I'm simply a regular human being. I don't know anything. I only come to conclusions. If other people want to believe, want to explore, that's totally right. I think everyone should go on with their life, should try to figure out what the hell is going on. I'm not better than you. I'm not more knowledgeable than you. I'm not wiser than you. I don't know more than you know. I didn't go anywhere outside of this planet and explore anything. We are all simply seeking the truth, and as long as you are doing that, what's the problem? What objection do I have?
I mean, I believe that you're on the right path. I believe that you're definitely on the right path. I believe that I'm on the right path. I believe that we're both on the right path.
I agree.
Because, I mean, we are actually all about love. That's what we're all about.
Yeah.
And people are starting to see that now. People are starting to see that, I mean, the reason I'm popular on YouTube is because my inside and outside is the same. I am what you see, and I speak from the heart. I just, I put my heart, I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I say exactly how it is. And We need more people like that to come out and be more courageous. And our courage, your courage, my courage, it gives other people courage too.
This is why we're doing this. We're doing it for others. We're doing it for society. Or this is why we should be doing this. I cannot say that I'm as good and as virtuous that I do it completely selflessly for others. But that is definitely the good side of doing all of this, because it will help other people do the same.
I see a lot of passion in what you do. Passion. I see that you're very, very, very passionate about this. And I'm trying to think to myself, man, what is this guy getting out of this? What is this guy getting out of it? He's not getting really nothing out of this, but he's so passionate about what he's doing, you know? And I feel exactly the same way.
Yep.
But you see, I only managed to come out of the closet only about a month ago. The closet. You know how I feel like? You know, no disrespect to homosexuals, yeah? You know what I'm saying? Because they're our brothers too. They're cool. They're our brothers too. But I feel like I was a homosexual, you know, in a closet for all this time, and I was locked up, and I just wanted to come out, and I came out, and I realized that shit, people around me, they're not hating me for coming out. They're actually loving me for coming out and being who I am. And that's how I felt like when I come out and you know, come out of Islam. It's like something, because believe you me, there's two things in Turkey that's really bad. One, if you're an atheist, and two, if you're a homosexual. Now, I'm homosexual, but you know, I'm very close to being an atheist. I don't know what I am. Am I agnostic, or am I a theist? I cannot label myself. I really cannot label myself what I am.
You're a seeker. Let me tell you, you're a seeker. That's what I think. Seeker. That's a good term. How about that? You're a seeker. You seek.
I'm a truth seeker.
Truth seeker.
Man, that's good. I love that. I like that. Yeah. I'm gonna use that, man. I'm gonna use that. Yeah, I'm gonna use that.
That's awesome. I like that. It is a great feeling, right? To really to acknowledge and to, I mean, be who you are, to let it out. I don't know. I don't know who I even am to speak like this. You are this big muscular guy who is not scared of the world, and who has now come out also with the inner strength to say, to also put that out into the world. What do you have to lose? I mean, it's like you have conquered it all now. That's how I see it.
Yeah, I mean, I do know that I'm here for a very, very short period of time, and I want to make a difference in a positive way. I want to make a difference in a positive way. I mean, I believe that humans are evolving. Mm-hmm. We are evolving. If you look at all the past beliefs, they have evolved as well. You know, if you look at this technology that we live in now, you know, all these mobile phones and all these computers and all these cars with you know, soon cars are going to be driving by themselves. You know, we are. I mean, technology is not evolving. It's actually humans that are evolving. It's humans that are making the technology.
Yeah.
So us as human beings, we are evolving every day. You know, and people like us, we're helping with this evolution process to way how people are thinking. You know, the internet has developed. You know, and we are part of the internet. So. And we are making our voices heard, and this is all part of the process. This is what I believe.
That's
and we are definitely heading in the right direction.
Absolutely. That's a very good way to think. I mean, evolution is not just about this biological concept of evolution. Evolution is about we are constantly evolving, developing. We are doing things. I mean, people love to look at humanity, to look at humankind, to look into the world and see all the bad things, see all the bad stuff, all the stupidity, all the mistakes and wars and hate and all that. But I mean, just look back into history, just look into the world and see all the amazing stuff that is going on, all the amazing progress, all the wonderful things that have been happening. I mean, just think back 20 years ago, think 30 years back. 30 years ago, we didn't have all these fancy devices that we have. 30 years ago, everything was pretty crappy when it comes to technology. And right now, it's all the devices that we use, all the connection that we have all over the world through the internet and social media. all the knowledge that has developed over these last decades, all the progress that we see in the future now. I mean, people have created so many amazing things, and all those amazing things are tools for us to figure out more and more truths, to go into a much better future, a much better direction. And when people like you come out and speak their own truth, speak out and try to inform people, try to share with others how they really think about belief and disbelief, then that will only help. That is why it made me so happy. It made me so happy that you came out and did that. I mean, I'm a different story. I'm just a I have never really been a traditional guy. I don't really like to run with the crowd. I just say outrageous things sometimes, and then everyone hates me. But but you are popular, and you came out and you just told people, "Hey, this is how it is," and it makes such a big change. You know,
Yeah, I think I'm the first guy. I think I'm the first YouTuber, or I don't know, man, C class or B class celebrity or whatever, to come out in Turkey and
Mhm.
say something like this. You know, you have other people that they were like that from the start, but for somebody to come out and say something like this, yeah, I think it's going to open up doors for other
Yeah,
people as well.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. I appreciate that. I love the message on your hat, by the way. It's very nice.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, man. That's it. That's it. Don't hate, man. Don't hate the player, man. Just hate the game.
Nice. I want to look at some super chats here. Uh,
Yeah, we got super chats. We got super chats. Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. Georg Wagner or George Wagner made a super chat and said, "Jesus, our God, bless you with love and mercy." Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it very much. Uh, I believe Cenk Hoca appreciates it too.
I appreciate it, man. It's all love, man. I appreciate love from everywhere, man. It don't matter whatever it is. To me, it's all about love. That's all it is. I don't care if you want to believe in what you believe in, whatever you want to believe. You know what I mean? Just, just don't hate, man. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I mean, I would appreciate it just as much if Muslims, for example, came on my channel and said, "Hey, may Allah bless you." I would say, "Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. For a change, something good." Uh, I would love that. Uh, by the way, here, Infidel Noodle said, "Ask Cenk to drop his workout routine. I want biceps like him." Infidel Noodle is Aisha. She was live with me 2 days ago. I think you have even seen that live
I
stream.
see that video. I see that, man. Chicken noodles and whatnot. Chicken noodles.
Infidel Noodles. The chicken noodles was a joke, but yeah,
Chicken noodles. Man,
Infidel
what,
Noodles.
what, what a muppet that Ali Dawa is, yeah?
Yeah, yeah,
What a damn idiot, man. The guy's like, oh man, he's like a kindergarten kid. I'm telling you.
yeah, yeah.
I
You
mean,
made
my
you made a
son's
video
my
about him
son's
too.
my son's more intelligent than he is. My son, I'm telling you, my son would if my son was to have a debate with him, if my son was to have a debate with him, my son would run him down to the ground. I'll tell you that straight.
I believe you. I really believe you.
Trust me. Ali Dawa will be getting so angry, he'll be like, like that, yeah. And my son will be just like this. He'll be like,
That's nice. There is another person who, in the UK, one of these Muslim apologists and these Islamist preachers who keeps challenging people to fights, to physical fights on the street. So I thought, hey, that might be something interesting for you.
well,
Since
you know what?
he keeps bullying people.
There is a guy. Did I tell you about the guy, the MMA instructor? I
Oh yeah,
told you
yeah,
about the guy.
yeah. You talked about it.
Now we got a challenge on May the 1st. I got a boxing match with him.
Uh-huh.
Well, I said to him, I'll do it for charity.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do it for charity, I'll do it for charity. So on May the 1st, I'm gonna have a boxing match in Turkey, in Istanbul, for charity. Now this guy apparently he has 70 matches, and he has 70 boxing and Muay Thai matches. And I said to him, all right, no problem. I had about 6 fights when I was 15, 16 years old. Yeah, when I was a kid. I had 6 bouts, and I said to him, all right, no problem. I'll take you on how I am now. I'll get ready for you. I've accepted this challenge.
Yeah, yeah.
I said, no problem, man. We'll do it, but only for a good cause.
And it didn't happen. It won't happen, I guess.
Oh no, I think it will happen. I think it will happen. 2 months time, 3 months time.
I hope so.
It's
I hope so.
3 months time. 3 months time. I thought, all right, write it down. Cenk Hoca never run from no one. I ain't gonna run from him.
Oh, that's amazing. Someone said Cenk Hoca versus Mohammed Hijab. Let's go. So that's what I was talking about. Do you know about Mohammed Hijab?
Yeah. He's Ali Dawa and Mohammed Hijab. They're like Batman and Robin, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is Ali Dawa is Robin and Mohammed Hijab he's like Batman.
It's more like Dumb and Dumber, but yeah. Basically.
Yeah, more like Dumb and Dumber.
He keeps challenging people to a fight. I guess to prove that Islam is great or something like that.
What, he wants a physical fight? He wants a physical fight.
So I thought you could be a good challenge for him. I thought,
man, he wants a physical fight.
Since he keeps
put your money where your mouth is, mate. Put your money where your mouth is.
Okay, this challenge goes out. I don't know if you want me to speak in your name, but I guess this means that Mohammed Hijab can be challenged. A challenge goes out to Mohammed Hijab.
If you want it, bro. If you want it, we have it, man. I don't care, man. If you want it, we have it. If you want it, it's there. Put your money where your mouth is.
Fantastic. So no excuses. Mohammed Hijab keeps challenging everybody. He keeps challenging people who he says are no challenge to him, not physically. He even challenged me. I mean, I'm not a fighter. Why would
you know what happened, mate? You know what happened? About 3-4 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, we went to Speaker's Corner. You know, with my friend, that friend of mine that introduced me to you. Right? We went to Speaker's Corner. He wanted me to have it off with his hero, Ali Dawa, as a debate. And I said, all right, I'll debate him. No problem. I'll debate him. Come on, man. That's what's going to happen. We went there, and because of the lockdown and whatnot, we found out that Speaker's Corner was empty.
Oh, yeah?
There was no one at Speaker's Corner.
Oh, come on.
But
it should happen. I would love to see that directly on camera. I would love to see that, man. I would pay
And, big up to my boy Metin. Yes, you were the one that brought me down there. But
thank you.
Ali Dawa weren't there. But I came and you know it. And I want your comment down at the bottom just to let you know.
Amazing. Fantastic. Al-Masihi made a super chat and said, congrats you both for leaving darkness. Ex-Muslim, Uzbek, now Christian from your ancestors' land. We Turks rock. I appreciate it. I don't really identify very much with being a Turk. I understand it. I appreciate it when people care.
You're a human, bro. You're a human.
I personally don't really care about nationality and all that. I'm just me. That's it. I'm human. Yeah.
Yeah, you're a human. You know, I used to be a lot more nationalist. I used to be a lot more nationalist back in the days, but now I've started, honest to truth, since I left Islam, I started loving every human being.
I know. That's amazing, isn't it? That's amazing.
It's like so amazing. I mean, some people, some Turks, just to piss me off, they call me an Armenian, they call me a Greek, they call me all these other names, because, but I'm like, hey, didn't God create those as well? What kind of a Muslim are you? Didn't God create them as well? Why are you becoming so racist all of a sudden? I mean, you should if you truly believe that God created everybody, then God created the Armenians and God created the Greeks as well. So you shouldn't really be bothered if I'm Greek or Armenian. And if you think that you're Turkish, well then go and have a DNA test and let's see what comes up.
They will find out that there is a lot going wrong, not really as they think. They will find out that a lot in their DNA is not what they think it is. I get the same thing sometimes. I get these insults from these known typical people that only an Armenian can do what I am doing. That I'm definitely not a Turk, and I'm like, hey, I don't really care. If you think that's an insult to me, you're wrong. I don't care. It's very interesting how people think. But yeah, I had the same thing, the same experience with leaving Islam and suddenly embracing humanity and my human side in a much better way. I mean, I learned to hate. I learned to hate different religious groups, hate different ethnic groups, and all that. I grew up believing in all kinds of stupid nonsense conspiracy theories about Jews above all, and then everything else. But after leaving religion, it's just amazing how you, after leaving Islam, it's just amazing how you realize that you don't need all that hate, and the world feels so much better without
Yeah.
hating everybody else.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Somebody asked me, don't you feel some kind of emptiness after you've left Islam? Don't you feel like your soul has become empty after you left Islam? And I'm like, no, I feel so much more full.
Yeah.
I can't explain it to you. I can't explain it to you. I feel so much more full. I honestly feel more righteous. And I can't explain to you how that feeling is. I feel like I'm doing something righteous,
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so no, I don't feel empty. I definitely feel more full. I definitely feel more constructive in every way. Yeah, spiritually, physically, everything. I feel more constructive, and I feel like I'm going on the right way, and I feel that I'm moving my people to a next level up.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's. I had a similar experience. I think I had a phase after I stopped believing in Islam that I felt really depressed and empty because I was just so disappointed because I grew up believing in something, building my whole life on something, then it turns out to be wrong, false, and I'm disappointed. I'm like, what the hell? Nothing makes sense anymore. But then once I got over that phase, everything started feeling much better, and now I feel much more fulfilled, much happier about myself,
Yeah.
about life than I used to. Because back then, when I was a Muslim, when I was a religious Muslim, my whole life and everything that I think and do was dictated by some religious system which I didn't even choose and didn't even properly understand, and maybe didn't even want to properly practice, but I just felt like I have to do it because I learned that that is right. But now I can be me. I can decide for myself whether something is right or not, and I can really assess the world. I can really make up my own mind about different people, and can actually be satisfied with my own decisions when I come to good decisions, and take some responsibility, and that feels good.
Definitely.
Yeah. One super chat, Mehmet Söğütlü said, much respect to Turcos. We are proud of you. Question to Cenk Hoca. Wait, what? I can't read this. His name comes from Turkish resistance organization, TMT, or what? That's what he said.
My father was in TMT.
Your father was in TMT?
Yeah.
Oh. What is TMT again? Is that
Something teşkilatı. It was like basically a organization when the Greek and Turkish wars was happening in Cyprus.
Okay.
It was a yeah. My father was in that. It was a teşkilat. It was like an organization.
I see.
To fight against the EOKB, which was the Greek terrorist unit.
I see.
So yeah. What's he saying?
Someone's just saying, if your name comes from that, does Cenk Hoca's name come from Turkish resistance organization? I don't know what that means. Does that make sense to you?
No, my name doesn't come from there. Cenk means war, by the way. So I don't know. Maybe my parents named me from that because of the Cyprus War. I don't know. But
maybe.
Cenk is an old Turkic word for war.
Yeah, I know many people who are very peaceful people whose name is Cenk, and their parents had nothing in mind when they named them Cenk. So people just choose names that are nice. I am named after an angel, but I'm clearly not an angel anymore. So I don't know how that works out.
Nah, man, you're nah, man. Shit, man. Angels and jinns and stuff, man. Come on. If you are an angel, bro. If the angels are real, you're the real angel, man. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I'm not. Yeah, I wish I was an angel. No.
Maybe you are and you don't even realize.
You made a super chat and said, "I like Greek girls."
Yeah, so do I. But I used to go out with a Greek girl
Oh
way
yeah.
back in the days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice topic. Ertuğrul 1865 made a super chat and said, "Cenk Hoca, tell this guy to come to Cyprus if he wants the boxing match." Oh, I think he's talking about Mohammed Hijab or somebody else. I don't know.
No, he's talking about that guy, Karma Dövüş Sanatları.
Oh yeah,
He's
that
a
guy.
YouTuber as well. He's a YouTuber. I mean, you know, they've arranged it. They've arranged the date. They've arranged the ring. I said to them, if they're gonna do it, if they're gonna make money for charity, I'm gonna come there. I'm gonna come there for the charity. At the end of the day, if it's for a good cause, at first it seemed like it's gonna be like a gang war. It was gonna be like Islamists versus the left.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because I had a lot of people that want to go up there all tooled up and all like ready to start, and I'm like, hey, listen guys, just keep it peaceful, keep it quiet. You know what I mean? This is just a boxing match. Just let it be just between two men. Just, you know, whatever happens, happens. You know, at the end of the day, it's for sports. It's for a good cause. Let's make it for a good cause. We'll fight for a good cause. You know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at the end of the day, I'm 45. He's 28. He's in his prime. And he's still fighting. I'm way out of my prime, and I haven't been fighting for a long time. But you're gonna see something, yeah, that in this game, you're either born for it or you're not. And you're gonna see that I'm born for it and he's not.
I trust you with that. Very
Oh
much.
yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. Okay. Cenk Hoca, I guess we can end it here. I would love to speak to you again in the future sometime. I think this was very
Definitely.
enjoyable. It was nice to get to meet you. I'm very tired today. Maybe at some different time we can have a much deeper conversation. It will be very nice. I would appreciate it very much. I think I like the way you think. I like the stuff that you do. And
thank you very much. And likewise, the feeling is mutual.
thank you. I appreciate it very much. So, is there anything else you want to say? Anything that you want to get off your chest, or
anything I want to get off my chest? Not really. I just want to thank everybody for watching. You know, just keep it real. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all on the same road. You know, just try and make life as peaceful and as loving as possible. You know what I mean? And just keep the love, keep the peace. That's all I can say.
That is nice. I appreciate that. Beautiful. Thanks everybody so much. Thank you for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for appearing. I think more people who will watch this from Turkey will watch it in a few hours because they will wake up in Turkey. It's night. It's like 4 or something right now. But no, I loved this conversation very much. I hope to talk to you again in the future, Cenk. Thank you so much for coming. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me, bro.
It's an honor. And yeah, see you again. Have a fantastic night or day, everybody. And as I always say, don't hate. No, as I always say, don't hate and stay away from Islam.
Yeah, man, stay away from that stuff.
Stay away from